Well, I'm outside and I'm hoping that this microphone is blocking out some of the street noise. It's supposed to do that kind of thing, so I'm hoping that works. Easter's coming up. It's gonna be Easter really soon. Today is the 6th and Easter's coming up on the 20th. And my kids are really hard to shop for anything. So I'm thinking this year I am going to just give them gift cards. But I still want it to be in an Easter basket, so I've pulled out all this scrap. I've got tons of little scraps. I've used my larger scraps and I did that blanket a while back, but I'm pulling out this thing I have of all these little scraps, and I think I'm gonna try and make some little tiny Easter baskets that their cards can go into. So let's see, got some green. We can add some little green grass into our basket. You've got to have grass in your basket, so that we will definitely do. But then for the color of the basket, do I do brown? Do brown. That's where I was thinking. I mean, I could stick a different color in, but you know what? We're gonna go for brown. It's regular worsted weight. I am going to guess that this is Big Twist by the feel of it. So let's see if I'm right. If I can get it out of here. And I am wrong. It's Premier, Just Yarn, worsted. I was wrong. What can I say? It felt kind of like Big Twist. Okay, I think we're gonna start with this and see if we can make some little baskets that are going to be about the right size for a little gift card to go into. So I need to make 2 of them. What am I going to get my husband? I have no idea what to get my husband. He can be really hard to shop for. Everybody in this house is very hard to shop for. My sister-in-law too. But I actually got her Easter present already. I happened to see it in a store the one day and I'm like, you know, this is gonna be perfect for her. And on the off chance she decides to watch this, kind of doubt, but on the off chance she decides to watch this, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. So yeah, hers I already have, but everybody else, and my husband's birthday is the day before Easter. So my birthday is coming up on the 9th. His is the 19th. And he has a twin sister. So there's 3 birthdays all right together. But his is, sometimes mine's on Easter. What's funny is that my birthday is right about Easter time. And when I was born, no joke, the doctor that delivered me, his name was Dr. Easter. That is on my birth certificate, Dr. Easter. I mean, come on. I can't get better than that, right? I'm not counting what I'm doing. I am just crocheting. I don't have a rhyme or reason, and I have to do 2 of these, so I should have been paying attention to how many stitches I did, but I didn't. So I know I was going to drop that eventually. Yeah, I think I'm just going to work it around. That's going to work it around. I started with a chain and now I'm just working around that chain. So I'm working in the round, but I have this little bit of a width that hopefully will be big enough for a card to fit into it. If not, I'll pull it out or I'll use it for something else. I'm gonna work up my idea that is like coming as I am working is that I am going to work up for a little while and then make it come a little bit wider. And at the top, I'm gonna add in some green, and I'm not exactly sure how I want to do that yet because I want it to have kind of an Easter grassy look. So I might do cut pieces, or I could do loops and then make a little handle so you have the basket handle. And then slide the card into it. So do you have any Easter traditions? When I was a kid, we always decorated our eggs with natural dyes and flowers. So we would actually go out and we would gather flowers and leaves and stuff, and we would cut little squares of nylon. I really should do a video on this sometime. We would cut squares of nylon, pantyhose, and we would lay the flowers and stuff onto it and then pull it up around the egg and tie it with a piece of cotton thread or whatever. That part really didn't matter what you were tying it with, it's just what we would use. And we got to where we would do some of these hollow because people thought the eggs were so beautiful they didn't want to break them. So we would do hollow eggs and we would do regular eggs. But because of the process we did, we actually would do this with raw eggs. So you had to be really careful whether it was hollow or the egg itself. You had to be careful because it was a raw egg, and so you'd carefully wrap them, and then we would make a dye bath. We would do a big pot. Every year we did onion skins. That one was, without a doubt, we did onion skins. My mom would actually go to the grocery stores and ask the produce people for the extra onion skins because they'd have so much extra skin. And she would bring bags of onion skins home, and we would boil up these onion skins. Then sometimes we would also do red cabbage and sometimes beets. And beets is like, it's amazing, but it makes it this bright pink, but it leaves like a residue. And as soon as you rub it, it comes off. Now, a lot of people do the vinegar in their baths anymore, but when I was growing up, we never used any vinegar. At least I don't remember ever using vinegar. And when I did it with my kids, because I did this with my children as they grew up and never used vinegar. So we would take the eggs that we had wrapped with all these flowers on it, and we would boil them in one of these dye baths. And then when it was all done, we would rinse them and we'd put them in the cold water to cool it down, and then we would cut them apart. We'd rinse them off and wipe all that off. And what was really cool was, depending on what we used, that you would get dye transfer from the plants. So certain flowers and certain leaves would leave color, and they were beautiful when you would do this. So every year when I was growing up, that's what we did for Easter. Every year when my boys were growing up, that's what we did for Easter. But that doesn't mean that I didn't ever do regular dyed eggs. I would get together with my friends growing up and we would do regular dyed eggs. And when mine were growing up, they would go over to their Nana's house and they would do regular dyed eggs. So I got to do them both ways. My kids got to do them both ways. But it was, I have eggs still, for hollow ones that were from when I was young, and I have eggs that are hollow from my kids growing up. So that was something that we liked to do, and it just seems like a give me that I've ended up doing natural dye with my fiber, because I grew up doing it and experimenting with different things. So it was a lot of fun. Okay, let's see, where are we at now? There's where we're at. I think it needs a double, but I think it's about time to add a little bit. So I think I'm going to add on either side. Add a stitch on either side and see how that goes. And then I think I'll work a couple more rows and then maybe add another stitch on either side. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, what was an Easter tradition for you? There was, let's see, so I did, of course, the Easter egg hunts. When I was growing up, my Easter egg hunts were always inside. I don't know why. That's just what it was. The eggs were hid in the house. And again, that ended up being something that, because that's the way I did it, I wanted to do with my kids. But I would do outside egg hunts with my friends with those other eggs that we had dyed. And my kids would do outside hunts with the eggs that they would do at Nana's. But our Easter with our boys always started with a scavenger hunt. The first time we did it, it was at Christmas, and they had to do a scavenger hunt to find where their presents from Santa were. So they weren't right in the middle where they were going to find it before everybody else was away. And my parents would do things like that with me too. And I remember one year my Easter stuff was in the bathtub. One year my stuff from Santa was out on the front porch. And so that was just something that I always remember, and I did it with my kids, and my husband was just like, I don't like this. And it was so funny because the year after I had done this the first time, and it was first was with Santa, and then I ended up doing it later with the Easter too, but they're like, I hope Santa does that scavenger hunt again. And I was like, ha! So we would start this off, and they would they'd have to go find this clue to find that clue to find the next clue to eventually find where their stuff was hidden. So it was a lot of fun. They enjoyed it, and it'll be interesting to see if they do that with their kids at some point. Looking at this, I'm not really sure that it's going to be big enough. I think I might need to go get a card and test it. Oh, hey. Hey, howdy, hey. Look at that. It actually fits. I hope you're enjoying this video. I really enjoyed making this video, and I was using these new mics, which work really well. But for some reason, right at this point of the video, this mic stopped working, and it was the mic on my phone that started working. And once that happened, the sound levels completely fluctuated. I thought about trying to voice over or re-record, but things were flowing when I was saying it, and when you do that, then things just aren't as genuine. You're trying to sit there and do it all the same way. So in the end, I've adjusted things to the best of my ability, and if you feel the need to fast forward past it, I totally understand, and I want you to know that I do know that this happened. Okay, let's see if this is going to fit now. Well, I mean, we know it's going to fit, but let's see how big it is. I might actually stop there, because we're going to do some green up here, and then we're going to have a handle, and if a little bit of it's sticking out, that's fine too. So I think I'm going to stop there, but I'm going to stop at an edge, and I'm going to leave the yarn there because I need to make the handle. Or I might just go ahead and make the handle. Like I said, I'm making this up as I go along. So let's do a little handle. When I get over to the edge, a couple more stitches. Yeah. And I think on this one, I'm going to use this green, and we're lucky we'll have enough to do the other one that way. I am going to, I think I'm going to try and do some loops. I'm not worrying if what the size of the loops are because it's Easter grass. Not supposed to be exact. Heck, I don't even know if I'm doing the loops right. I never do loops. There we go, Easter grass on one side. Now, I'm going to feed this through the handle so that it goes behind it. There we go. An itty bitty Easter basket with grass. I could add some flowers. I could add some eggs. To be perfectly honest, it looks kind of ugly. See how it looks with this in it, if that makes it any better. Nope, really doesn't. But it is an Easter basket. Make it look any better. Hot pink. Not my color. Hot pink. What can we do? Let's see. I tried to make a little egg. Kind of ran out of yarn. It's kind of an egg. A little egg on there. Oh, now there's what I should have used for the grass. Look at that. How could I utilize that? Do you know how many balls of yarn I now have on my porch? They all keep rolling off my lap. Multiple balls of yarn. It is more Easter grassy now. We get our little egg on there. And a little bit better. Like a slightly darker brown. What can we do with it? We shall see. I came out here without scissors or anything, just a crochet hook. Oh, Mr. Blue Jay. Just getting a drink of water. Okay, that's starting to look a little bit better now. It's not quite so ugly. It's kind of like a little Easter basket. Could maybe work. There's a very good possibility that I should leave Better Enough alone and leave it the way it is. But my brain don't work that way. Yeah, I really should brought scissors and a tapestry needle and stuff out with me. But this was supposed to be simple. Don't know if you can see him back there. It's on the fence now. Ow! Yeah, that one's not gonna... That one needs scissors. There we go. With a little sprig of flowers on the front. That's not too bad. That's okay. That could work. I think that could work. Now I just have to make another one. Okay. I finished these. They started out, well, you saw, started out quite ugly. But, you know, in the end, not too bad. That one's kind of cute. And here's the second one. So I ended up, like I said, I wasn't paying any attention to what I was doing on the first one. So on the second one, it ended up being a little bit wider. And when I got to the top, I double stranded that other yarn so I didn't have to go back and do it a second time. And I had gone back and added that brown, darker brown in this. And in this one, I just, again, double stranded it. I ran out of that brown and added a different brown. And then I have a pink egg on one, blue egg on the other. And so then I have a blue flower and a pink flower opposite. So I think they came out cute. This one is a little bit tighter. So the card fits a little bit tighter and it's completely hidden inside. And in this one, I didn't quite go as tall. So it actually, you can see it a little bit. And I think I actually kind of like that. So you see what's there. I can make it stick out of the other one, but so there are my two little card holders. This one's for my older son. He likes pink. He always has. And this one's for my younger son. And he likes blue or teal. It's funny, his girlfriend loves pink too, so I guess they're a great pair. But anyway, so they'll know when they see it whose is whose without me having to do anything else. So now I just need to get the gift cards to go inside of them, but I think they're really cute. I know they're going to end up with other stuff because my sister-in-law can't help herself and she will buy them all kinds of candies and this and that. The thing is it sits there and they don't eat this stuff. And then I end up eating it and I don't need to be eating it. And if you get like little toys, I mean, come on, they're in their 20s and you get them little toys and okay, it's fun, but you're just buying it to throw it away. And that's just a waste of money. And they honestly, they hate that. But it always happens. So I was thinking, okay, this would be good. They can get something that they want. And, you know, if you have kids, So, yeah. Gift cards in their own little tiny Easter basket. I guess I should have made a little chocolate bunny to put on it. That would have been cute. Next time. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, click like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a great Easter. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye.